Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the most important Excel math functions that is required to know as a data analyst or a data scientist you should know. By the end of this video, you will be confident in using Excel functions, math functions. And the best part of this video is I have prepared a practical questions and data set so you can relate with the real world problems, how we solve real world problems by using these functions. So I'm starting with the very basic like sum, average, min, max, count, int. You already know it is a phase data set, we can say that, and 2023. So we have some questions we need to solve. So the first question is, what is the total revenue generated in 2023? So here we need to use sum function and with the phase amount column. So whenever we are using any functions or formula, we need to use equal to sign, then the function name, sum, and here we need to give a range or a particular number. Also we can give a column name, like we have a column name sales amount. So first we give table name, which is sales, and the column name is sales amount, and close the bracket, and here you can see total revenue generated in 2023 is 49,99,937. So if we want our integer value, not our round decimal, so here we can use int function. So here you can see. The second question is, what is the average sales per transaction? So we need to calculate the average sales. So for that we use average function. We need to use again sales amount column, close the bracket. Yeah, 5,000 is the average sales per transaction. The third question is, what was the highest and lowest sales amount in 2023? We need to calculate highest and lowest sales amount. So here we need to use, for maximum we need to use maximum function, and the column name is sales table and sales amount. The maximum sale is 9,900 approx. For min, we need to use min function, and again we need to give sales amount column, sales table, sales, create tab, sales amount, close the bracket. The minimum sale amount is 100. So the fourth question is, what is the maximum and minimum quantity sold in a single order? So here we need to calculate what are the maximum quantity sold and the minimum quantity sold. So here we need to use quantity sold column. So again we need to use max function for maximum quantity, and in sales table we need to use quantity sold column, close the bracket. The highest quantity sold is 49 in a single order, and for minimum again we use min function, and for in sales table column name is quantity sold, close the bracket. The minimum quantity sold in a single order is 1. The fifth question is, what is the average unit price of products sold in 2023? So we need to use here unit price column. We need to calculate average. So for average we need to use average function, and in sales table we need to use unit price column, close the bracket. So here you can see it is a very big round decimal number. So here what we can do, we can use round down to 2 decimal place. So we have a function with the name round down. So sixth question is, how many sales transactions were recorded in 2023? So here we need to use count function, count, and for that we need to use any column. We can use any numerical column because count it work only in numerical number. What we can use sales amount, sales data, sales amount, close the bracket. Total 997 transactions were done in 2023. So one more thing I need to tell you, we have two functions like count and count a. So what is the difference between both of them? Count is work on only on a numerical number on a given range. It is count only numbers in a given range. And count a will count a number plus text both in a given range. Let me show you practically. So for count, we need to select this range and then bracket, close bracket. Here you can see the answer is 4. It will only count 4 cells because only 4 cells contain numbers. And let me show you count a. Count a. So here you can see the answer is 6. Count a will count both numbers plus text, but count only count number. We have one more function with the name of count blank. It only count blanks. So we will cover all basic function. It is very basic. Let's go with the medium. So we have one more data set. It is a bakery sales data. So here we have some medium level questions. First, let me tell you the difference between if and ifs. Some if only work with one condition, and if we have a multiple condition and we need to sum something, so here we need to use some ifs. For multiple condition we use some ifs, and for a single condition we use some if. Let's see with the practical question. So the question is, calculate the total profit from sales of cinnamon swirls. It is a brand name, I think. Yeah, brand name. So how we can solve this problem? So we have a condition. We need to only calculate profit of the brand name, a specific brand name. So here we need to use some if. So first we need to give range for criteria, where criteria lies. So here brand name, we need to give this range, brand name. By the way, the table name is bakery. So the table name is bakery, and column we need to collect as a range is brand name. And now we need to tell criteria. What is the criteria? In criteria we need to give this brand name, cinnamon. Now we need to give some range, like we need to calculate total profit, so we need to give profit, profit range, profit column range, bakery and profit column, close the bracket. The answer is total profit from cinnamon swirls brand name is 29,412. So the second question is, find the total revenue generated through credit card. So we need to calculate the total revenue which is generated from only credit card payment. So again we need to use some if. So we need to give range for what? For criteria range. So the criteria range will be payment method. In the bakery table, need to select payment method column, or the range will be credit card. The criteria will be credit card, and the sum range will be, we need to calculate revenue, so we need to give revenue column, bakery revenue tab, and close the bracket. So total revenue generated from credit card is 38 lakhs. The third question is, find the total revenue from transaction done using credit card on weekend. So here you can see we have two multiple condition. First, the condition will be credit card. The second condition will be weekend from week type column, or we need to calculate total revenue. So here we need to use some ifs, because we need to calculate total revenue which is generated from credit card on weekend. Some ifs. So in some ifs functions, we need to give first some range. So we need to give revenue column here. Now it is asking for criteria range first. So our criteria range first will be payment method. And now it is asking for criteria 1. Criteria 1 will be credit card. Now it is asking for criteria range 2. So criteria range will be 2 is weak type column. Now it is asking for criteria 2. Criteria 2 will be weekend. Now close the bracket, press enter. The answer will be 75,000 is the total revenue generated from credit card on weekend. So the fourth question is find the average revenue per transaction for debit card payment. So here we need to use average function because we are talking about average revenue, or we have only one condition, debit card. So here what we can do, we can use average if. So here we need to give range for the criteria. So the criteria range will be payment method, bakery table, and payment method column, and the criteria will be debit card. And now we need to give average range. So we need to calculate average range, average revenue. So we need to give a revenue range. So by the way, we can select like that. Also, we can give uh, column name. So we can give column name. It is best. Revenue. Close the bracket. The answer is 5,616 is the average revenue per transaction with debit card payment. So also we can round down. So the fifth question is calculate the average profit for Ginger Snap sold on weekend. I think Ginger Snap is a brand name. Ginger Snap is a brand name. So we have one condition here, and the second condition is weekend. So here we have two conditions. So this question is for you. You can solve. The last question is, so here we have a payment method like credit card, debit card, cash, mobile payment. So we need to calculate total transaction done by each payment method, and we need to calculate total revenue generated from each payment method. So where we can use COUNTIF. We need to calculate the range. So we can give payment bakeries table, payment method, payment method. The criteria will be can directly give this cell criteria. So total transaction done by credit card is 69. So we can autofill by double click here. So here you can see total transaction done by debit card is 85. Total transaction done by cash is 70. So now we need to calculate total revenue generated by each payment method. So we need to use SUMIF here. We need to give range. So we can give bakery payment method, and the criteria will be credit card, and the sum range will be we need to calculate total revenue. So we need to give revenue range in bakery table, revenue, revenue column, close the bracket. So total revenue generated from credit card is 38 lakh. You can see same here and same here. Now for autofill, you need to double click here. It will automatically fill. So we have some more functions I need to tell you. Like, okay, so let me tell you. We have absolute function. The name is ABS. So what it is done, it will convert negative number into a positive absolute number. Let's suppose we have negative 5 numbers. I need to convert in a absolute number. So I need to use absolute function. With this cell, you can see it will convert into a positive number. We have power function will tell you the power. Let's suppose I need to see the power of 5. Power function number 5, power will be 2, let number will be 6, and power will be 2. 6 power 2 equal to 36. Here you can see the answer is 36. Same as mod in square root give you the square root of a given number. So in this video we will cover almost 80 to 90% math functions that is required in a day-to-day life as a data analyst.